we can actually start shifting our frequency and uniting the heart with the mind. What's up, soul family? It's another day on Starship Earth, and we're sending gratitude into the cosmos. I'm just out here in nature, enjoying the sun, enjoying the earth, connecting with myself and the elements. And I just want to talk about the importance of connecting with your heart. Connecting with your heart center, the center of love, the center of gratitude, and the center of appreciation for life itself. Because oftentimes when we're going about our daily life, we can sometimes feel stuck and get stuck in that beta brainwave frequency. The frequency of work and restlessness. And when we get stuck in that frequency, we experience stress and anxiety, and we're just too focused on the external material world. But when we start to connect with our heart, we start to tune in to a frequency that is much more powerful than just the mind alone. When we learn how to unite the heart and the mind together, then we can start to feel more centered in our life and more centered in the present moment, appreciating every moment for what it is, right here, right now. We should be feeling free, we should be feeling light and full of life force. In this society, we're programmed to be stuck in that beta frequency brainwave because we live in a consumer culture that wants us to just keep consuming on social media, consuming unhealthy food, consuming unhealthy frequencies. And that's what being in beta frequency all the time causes us to do. It causes us to focus our energy only on the external world, never going inward. So that's why it's so important to tune into our heart, to tune into our center of love. Because once we start tuning in to this powerful center right here, we can actually start shifting our frequency and uniting the heart with the mind. And when we do that, we really actually know what we want to do, what our heart desires. Instead of being stuck in a cycle of consuming and stressing. So tuning into our heart and expanding our heart center. Because what lies here in the heart is an extremely powerful electromagnetic field once activated. It expands beyond our physical senses. It expands and affects our environment around us. And that's when we can really start embracing our power as co-creators here on Earth. Co-creating with spirit and creating from love. Not creating from a place of lack where we have expectations of receiving something once we create. When we create from our heart and we're in tune and in alignment with our heart, we're creating from a place of gratitude. Creating from a place of gratitude that attracts abundance. Because we're already feeling that abundance in this moment. Our heart, our natural state is abundance. Our natural state of being is gratitude. And the reason that we shift away from this natural state of gratitude in the first place is because we get triggered with some kind of pain or trauma that causes us to close our heart. It causes us to activate our sympathetic nervous system even more and go into a fight or flight state. And when we go into that fight or flight state, it causes us to tense up and to close ourselves off instead of being open to receive energy and to receive life. I had something come up recently where I went into fight or flight state, and I went into defense mode because I didn't want to feel some of my insecurities that were coming up in that moment. And that caused me to close my energy, and my ego was fighting the feeling. And that was causing me a lot of head pressure. It felt like someone was squeezing my head because my Kundalini energy, my spiritual energy that was trying to flow through my energy system was colliding with my ego. It was colliding with this mental blockage that was suppressing thoughts and suppressing emotions. So how I shifted away from that suppression and away from that restriction of my own self, I just came into my heart. I went out into nature and I just focused my awareness on my heart. I focused on that center and that energy, and I let myself feel whatever I had to feel in that moment. And I was feeling sadness. I was feeling the insecure feelings that I needed to feel, that I needed to work through and release. But once I felt that feeling, that sadness, that temporary emotion transmuted into love. And it transmuted into gratitude. Because I allowed myself to feel in that moment. I took myself out of that fight or flight state, out of that beta frequency. I slowed my heart rate, calmed myself down, and tuned into love. So it's really important that we remember that any moment, any given experience that we have, we always have the awareness to come back to our center, and to embrace the moment. And it's crazy, sometimes we just forget. Sometimes we forget what is best for us in the moment. Sometimes we just get distracted, or we have a blockage within our energy that is causing us a lack of clarity. So that's why tuning your brain waves is so important. Tuning into theta, delta, and gamma brain waves, so that you can gain clarity on what it is that is best for you, for what you are experiencing right now. Because our heart center is it's like our center of life force. The more open our heart is, the more life force that we are exuding in our life. The more life force that we are radiating inwardly and outwardly. So then we feel more open to go forward in our life, to try new things, to be open to love, to be open to new relationships, to be open to new opportunities for creativity. So this is just a reminder to put your hand on your heart whenever you feel stuck, whenever you feel imbalanced. And just feel that energy. Feel that energy that circulates in your heart. And breathe through it. Take some deep breaths inward and outward through your heart. Release any energy that may be stuck, and get that life force flowing again. The heart is where our masculine and feminine energies unite. It is where the spiritual and earthly realm meets in the middle. It is the bridge between two worlds, connecting and integrating energies. So when we receive energy through our pineal gland, through our higher energy centers, when we receive that energy from these higher realms, it's important that we're grounded into earth and centered in our heart, so that we can integrate and process this information, so that we can process it through the energy of love. Alright guys, that's the message I want to share with you today. Subscribe to my channel, Soul Expansion, if you want to hear more messages from me in the future. And hit that bell button so that you're notified when I post a new video. I'm going to start posting a lot more frequently here soon, so be on the lookout for new videos. Hope you all have an amazing day, an amazing week. Be well and much love. Peace.